So 48 Hours covers the SUZANNE Morphew case. I've always, how can I say it? I've always thought that there was never enough evidence against Barry, her husband, Barry Morphew. I've always been skeptical. Yes, I thought that he probably did do it based on statistics. His behavior wasn't right, but it's not like with Scott Peterson where I got this instant gut feeling that he was guilty. And also the lack of a body, SUZANNE Morphew's body hasn't been found, made me not really want to cover this case extensively. I've only made a few podcasts about this case. But now finding out on 48 Hours that another man's DNA was found in SUZANNE Morphew's Range Rover. And that man has a past history of attacking and assaulting women. I am very much in doubt, or at least there is a strong possibility, I believe that there's a strong possibility that Barry Morphew did not kill his wife. Now, I am not saying he's innocent. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the fact that other male DNA was found in SUZANNE Morphew's car leads me to believe that Barry Morphew may be innocent and may not be SUZANNE Morphew, his wife's killer. As far as I'm concerned, and this might sound very extreme, I think all the charges against Barry Morphew should be dropped until the DNA issue is resolved and solved, and we find out exactly what that DNA, who that DNA belongs to, in terms of, not just who it belongs to, but the circumstances in which that DNA was found in her Range Rover. I think it's absolutely disgraceful. And a lot of people are going to disagree with me. I agree that Barry Morphew is not very likable. He's not very likable. And that's one of the reasons why he's not very interesting. He's not very alluring. He's not fascinating. He's just boring to me. I agree that his behavior is sketchy. He's not particularly likable. You don't get a warm feeling from him. But I've always had a problem with the sheer lack of evidence. And unlike in the Chris Watts case and the Scott Peterson case, it wasn't Barry having the affair. It was SUZANNE Morphew having the affair. So he wasn't even the main philanderer in the marriage. It was she that was found to be having the affair, and a conversation between her and the guy she was having an affair with was recorded on a pen, this pen that can record things. So she was the one, presumably, with the secret. It's not like Scott Peterson or Chris Watts, who were having affairs and wanting to get rid of their wives to be with their other women. She was the one, the victim, the wife in this case, was the one having the affair. Barry Morphew is currently out on bond, and he is being monitored. He has an ankle monitor. But I don't think that the charges should stick based upon the fact that this foreign male DNA was found in her Range Rover, and this DNA is linked to a person who has committed rapes all across the country, including Arizona. I think that is very worrying that Barry Morphew is still being, still has these charges against him, and they really have no body. They have no evidence that he did it whatsoever. All they have is a bunch of theories and circumstantial theories that don't add up to anything. I'm actually quite surprised that he still has these charges against him when this male DNA was found. And I think that there's a real problem for me there. And I'm not saying that he's innocent, but he must have the presumption of innocence, knowing that this foreign male DNA was found in her car. It's not about liking Barry Morphew. I'm not a fan of the guy, and I'm not saying that he's completely innocent. But the fact that this foreign male DNA was found in her car, and this male DNA is linked to a man who has committed assaults all across the country, needs to be addressed before any charges are brought against Barry Morphew, in my opinion. Barry Morphew will eventually go to trial. It appears that it's going that way. And if he's convicted knowing that this male foreign DNA was found in Suzanne's car and that hasn't been dealt with, then I think not only will there be a lot to appeal, but I think it will be a miscarriage of justice. I think that male foreign DNA should be dealt with first before anything goes ahead with a trial. That's my personal opinion.